The number of women attending college overtaking men in a big way. A new report showing nearly 60% of college students are women. And that number is expected to keep growing. And Neil, you say it's time for affirmative action for men?
David, as your mom used to tell you, two wrongs make a right. It's wrong that there aren't more men in college, and the only way to make it right is affirmative action. It's just a waste of our resources if men are not going to college and using their minds.
Victoria, my mom always told me two wrongs do not make a right. What do you think?
And she was right. Look, Neil, you're cheating. You're cheating. You're saying these men are not not capable, not ready to go to college. Often they didn't graduate. The high school dropout rate for boys is nearly twice that of girls. And you're saying, oh, let's give them a free card to college? That doesn't address the problem. We're losing these boys in elementary, in middle, and high school. We need to target that.
That's true. We should mention that they drop out, the men drop out in greater numbers, and that's why there are fewer at college. But are you in favor of affirmative action, Bill?
Well, listen, there's a whole industry of book publishers and consultants trying to tell us that boys are in trouble and they need mollycoddling. They need pampering to get through.
Mollycoddling. That's a Bill O'Reilly word. Okay.
All right? And I'm saying, no. Take away affirmative action. Don't pamper them. If they're getting bored in class, flunk them out. And I got another plan here, too. I think we should get rid of college sports, which just attracts men. No, honestly, college should be about acquiring analytical skills. Football is not
that. You guys are destroying
That's why women
the
are succeeding.
fiber of America here. What do you think, Evelyn?
As far as Bill, but looking at a ratio of 60-40, that's not a crisis situation. Men don't need
incentives. It is if you're a woman looking for a date, right?
I guess so, but I think that the most qualified should get in. Men don't need incentives to go into college. If you need an incentive to go into college and to see the value of education, then you don't deserve to be there in the first place.
Victoria, what about dating? It does make dating tough for women, doesn't it, on college campuses?
Well, I went to an all-women's school.
Oh,
so dating was very tough when I went.
Excuse me. But the fact is that there are some difficulties that come out of it, but you don't solve it by affirmative action or by quotas. That is the worst part of affirmative action.
And I agree with Bill that I think we should get rid of all affirmative action and quotas when it comes to college and have a completely level playing field for boys, for girls, for all different races. You know, there's still a lot of funky things going on that get some people into college and some don't get into college.
Well, as far as I can tell, Neil is holding up one side of the argument here, so we got to give him a second chance.
We have so much social engineering going on in college, you know, minorities and women and people who are handicapped and all kinds of things. So what's wrong with giving good old white men a little bit of help when they need it, huh?
But the #1 priority in college should be academia. You want the most qualified people in the classroom, and though dating is obviously a concern, it shouldn't be the #1 priority.
Was it a problem for you?
Well, we had a good ratio at Princeton.
Bill, was it a problem for you?
Well, that wasn't an issue, because when I went to school, it was lopsidedly pro-men. It was unfair.
All right, so you did have trouble getting a date.
You bet I did.
Quickly, Victoria, last word on it.
Look, let's target the real problem. It happens earlier, and don't rejigger the college system. That doesn't fix the problem.
Thanks, gang.